Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, odogwu ndị MAZI na-agbalị ọkụ.
Chukwuka na-ekwu okwu, obi n'igwe na-ekwu okwu, o nwere ife gbalụ Jehova ya lee. Obi n'igwe na-ekwu okwu, ọ ka na-ekwu okwu, obi n'igwe na-ekwuzi okwu ike. Nnamdi Kanu, odogwu bili, eze ndị Igbo gburugburu. Nnamdi Kanu, ọchịagha ụmụ Igbo, odogwu Biafra bili, odogwu ndị MAZI na-agbalị ọkụ. Eziokwu n'enu wee sikanụ, n'enu ụwa n'osi na chi ya dị mma. Mgbe mbụ ka sị na nwaeze enwelo nwa, mana tata na nwaeze enwegokwa nwa. Mgbe mbụ ka sị na Igbo enwela eze, mana tata na anyị bụ Igbo anyị enweghị ezenu. Nnamdi bụ ya bụ eze ndị Igbo. Eziokwu n'enu ụwa ebuka, eziokwu n'enu ụwa siri ikenu, eziokwu n'enu ụwa esikanụ. Ọ bụ ịma na onye na-achọ onye aka ya dị ọcha na ọchụgide onye n'enu ụwa chụbịa n'ụwa ọmanụ. O ji be nwata
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, odogwu ndị MAZI na-agbalị ọkụ.
Chukwuka na-ekwu okwu, obi n'igwe na-ekwu okwu, o nwere ife gbalụ Jehova ya lee. Obi n'igwe na-ekwu okwu, ọ ka na-ekwu okwu, obi n'igwe na-ekwuzi okwu ike. Nnamdi Kanu, odogwu bili, eze ndị Igbo gburugburu. Nnamdi Kanu, ọchịagha ụmụ Igbo, odogwu Biafra bili, odogwu ndị MAZI na-agbalị ọkụ. Eziokwu n'enu wee sikanụ, n'enu ụwa n'osi na chi ya dị mma. Mgbe mbụ ka sị na nwaeze enwelo nwa, mana tata na nwaeze enwegokwa nwa. Mgbe mbụ ka sị na Igbo enwela eze,
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Biafra Alpha Power Media International, and we're reaching you out from United Kingdom. My name still remains MAZI, George is Chukwume, and I reside here in United Kingdom as one of the principal servants of indigenous people of Biafra. And today is the 2nd of February, year of our Lord 2026. And it's 3 minutes on top of the hour here, 10 p.m. in London, and I presumably might be the same 3 minutes on top of the hour, 11 p.m. in the Holy Land of Biafra. This morning, we here to just to reaffirm and to let Biafra know that we are actually observing what is happening in Biafra land. It is important that we come on air this morning to aid our people on the ground to understand that whenever our leader make any comment or whenever Onyendu cough, that cough must be obeyed. Regardless what has happened, and those that have bought over to come out publicly to encounter Onyendu or order that come from the highest commander of IPOB, which everybody knows. But today, the Biafran people have spoken. You all remember when we started Sit at Home, it was a referendum to Nigeria. We started Sit at Home from 2015. We started exercising this particular pattern when they start moving our people down. So our people will stay indoor to air our dissatisfaction with what is happening on the enclave called the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. But it's quite unfortunate that we have people within now working openly against the will of the people. And Governor Chukwuma Soludo now has become the agent of the devil himself. Sometimes a man be ugly in the face, but I don't know how the heart should be ugly as well. But Chukwuma Soludo has actually proven me wrong. Now, the purpose of this morning is to show you what is happening in Biafra land, that Biafra land is under lock and key. This order was ordered from the highest command and was publicized by the spokesperson of IPOB in the name of Ima Powerful, has been there since 2014. He has been the spokesperson of IPOB. And those that encounter this morning, I'm going to flash this up here to let you know that Chike Doziem and his cronies has not done themselves a good service. But they shall be on record, because as they have now woken up this canker worm, we're going to come down heavily on them again. Chike Doziem has been hiding under his undercellar in Switzerland. They have not said anything about Onyendu being sentenced to life in prison for doing nothing. Your master. And some of you that are sitting somewhere comfortably talking about IPOB structure, you do not know anything about IPOB structure, because nobody in DOS today appointed himself or you voted them in. It was Mazen Nandekane was single-handedly put everybody in their position. Before we come to the zonal level, any country you are, you fall into the chain of command of IPOB, but who have the final say is Mazen Nandekane. Regardless of who your position you might acquire in IPOB is quite irrelevant. When our leader has spoken, if Joffo have made himself a willing tool, you call yourself a barrister and hiding under the pretense of barrister. IPOB gave you the opportunity of a lifetime. Nobody know who you are. You're a property lawyer in Abuja. What he did is to come to IPOB to become the agent of devil to destroy IPOB within. What amazes me is that some of you that we told you before, we told you so on this channel, because I said, internet does not forget. Everything I have said in the past is there. It's in YouTube, it's in Facebook. You can just go back and listen to them. All the whole IP, those people that have said one ill things against our leader, one way or the other. Some of you might claim that, oh, you are misled. Let's leave that for another day. But the importance of this morning is to reaffirm that Biafran people know that they have a leader, because this is a meeting they held with the caliphate and the caliphate brought it down into our land. Soludo has a meeting with the Jofor and the so-called leadership. They come out publicly to challenge our people. There was a protest in Biafra land. They didn't even know about that protest. That's how disgruntled these men are. But before I continue, I want to flash some, what is happening in Biafra land, because I want you people, you must see it in social media. But it's imperative that we show you what is happening in our land. Today is a direct order to solidarity with our people. That's Biafra land has been calm lately, even though all what they have done, because they are trying to, ignite again in Biafra land, because America has come heavily in the zoo. We know all their games they are playing. But now, Chukwuma Soludo has been the one they want again to reignite what is happening. But the world is watching. It's not like before. Everything you've done is being recorded. You cannot beat a child and tell him how to cry. You can't stifle us and tell us how to manage our own, anxiety and whatnot. So what I'm saying here this morning is very, very simple. I want to show you a couple videos across state of Biafra land. Biafra land is under lock and key. This order was given. Chikedozeme is crony. This is a warning to all of you, because you guys know the chunk of people that are still listening to you, those ones are gonna cry down. Some of you people now are saying it. We told you so. Some of all these media worms, I don't blame them, because some of them, because of the hunger in the land, people do things without knowing. I will not blame them. I'm not blaming anybody. But remember, when you say once you're out, you're out. And we don't forget. Whatever you have said is on record. We don't forget things. It will not say, George, have you ever had me flip-flopping before? I told them my piece. I joined IPOB. I joined IPOB United Kingdom. I told them that after I took my oath, I told them, if it's because of all of you sitting in this room, I'll walk away. But I had a voice, because I spoke to MAZI Nankan directly before I joined IPOB United Kingdom. Before I had meeting with our former coordinator, Festus Sanekwe. It's on record. And I said it that day. I said, if it was because of all of you in this room, I wouldn't spend 1 second in here, because I know who I was. And I know who I still are. That is why nobody can push me around, because I understood why I joined IPOB. I know what I left behind before I joined this struggle. I want you to remember that. So many men have died, and some of us have lost our livelihood because of this. Lost relatives and friends because of this. But I care less. For your information, so what I want to say this today categorically is that Biafra land has once spoken. And Chike Dosiem, I want to let you know that you have died a natural death. Because remember how you emerged as the head of the United of State. Remember how you emerged as head of the United of State. It was Omiomio. In every shape or form, there is no comparisons between you and Omiomio. In the leadership, the Omiomio was carried away with emotion, because the same thing happened. I remember when I spoke to Imam Mezu, may his soul rest in peace, a good man. The man after our leader's heart betrayed him. I remember I called him on phone. I said, Barrister, I want you guys to settle this problem, because some of you don't know the history of IPOB. I will tell you today. But I know how you become who you are. The meeting they called, that meeting was boycotted by all the former DOS. You went to that meeting because you're a sneaky dog. You betrayed your master, because then you guys were building cabal, people and co. But at the end of the day, what happened? Today, what are you doing? You are doing absolutely reversely on things you have spoken against before. But we are reminding you today, Biafran people and Biafran land now has known that those that are holding MAZI now, because what you guys have said before, China, all the things that China saw whoever that monster is, the agent of caliphate, right? But what I will say to you guys this morning is this: you guys have now buried yourself, your own self. So issue counter order to the order that came from the highest commander of IPOB. All the things you have done in the past, for how many years now we've been fighting this battle. But today again, MAZI Nankan is in Correction Center in Sokoto. How many of you that have flown there to go and see him? Where's China Sanwo-Olu that have been shouting like a mad dog where he is? He has not gone to Sokoto to go and see Onyendu. But you guys will be in your tea party talking about Onyendu's siblings and all that. But none of you cares about how he's been. We will talk about all the other things. Like I said this morning, today is to show you guys how this gone through. You guys have made yourself and quite irrelevant you guys have become. This morning, this is some of the pictures that's happening in Biafra land, and I want you guys to confirm that by yourselves. It's not gonna be me. It's definitely gonna be what Biafran people have chosen to do, because at the end of the day, letting Nobi say that you guys was not aware. This is not the time that you cannot be lying to yourself. No one is gonna, wanna listen to what you guys are saying, because it's becoming, apparent that you guys were very, very aware of what you guys are doing. And like personally, I wouldn't bother about what you guys did because I already know. But let's see what's happening in Biafra land. For those of you that came out publicly to question what our people have chosen to do.
New pass. So, this is a live report today being February 2nd February 2026. In IIB, the whole gate needed to be opened from A to Z. The whole market needed to be opened as ordered by Governor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, the Anambra governor. But because when something is going on, you have to know how to tackle it, not by this, everything is not about using force in this country. Look at the whole market.
Yeah, we're watching this amateur video, from independent, journalist. Yeah, of course, citizen journalist that actually goes out there, because that's what social media is all about. It's not like before that the normal conventional media will lie to you. This is how it is happening, because those people will not come. Those, brown envelope journalists, they will be in their seat. They will send the message, but this is live. And Governor Chukwuma Soludo, like I said, this is your greatest, when you've done a greatest political blunder in your generation. This is go down in history as the worst governor of the whole Southeast. Even Hope Uzodinma stand today, Hope Uzodinma might be better than you of what you have just done. What you have just done, you have started a war that your generation will not finish. Your generation will not finish it. If you understood what you have embarked upon. This is the amateur. Let's watch it because it's very important. We show this in this channel to people because this is documentary. What happened today, being the 2nd day of February 2026, the order was given by the highest commander of IPOB, and some riffraffs that are hiding under their white wrapper came out to encounter it. And now you tell me, how have you gone with it?
Okay, this is new pass. Popularly new pass in Anambra. Every shop I want to take making some few videos, because everywhere is totally locked down. The whole shop. Even I met one of them. The guy told me that he has made video. He didn't see any customer in the market. So this is what is going on. Here is new pass. One of the popularly market in Anambra. Everywhere is totally ghost town. The whole shops. One big phone with the charger. So this is what is going on. Soludo, what you are doing is against law. You cannot ask people when to open their shop and when not to open their shop. It's against fundamental right of a human being on this very planet Earth. So, and this is unacceptable. So, you can see the market is open, but everywhere is completely shut down. You can't see people everywhere, completely shut down. The whole market. You can see this is more new pass. Let me tell you the location. So I'll end the video just to tell you that power belongs to the people. You cannot decide for the masses. The masses has the right to decide for you. Understand? So it doesn't matter the humiliation. These people are doing this thing in
Anyway, we thank this our brother have done this, and this is just one of them. I've got a couple videos that I want to show you, and before I will still continue to talk. It's very, very important, and whoever that done this, we thank you. And he has certainly put it. You know what I mean? You know, I have never heard in my lifetime that anybody can tell someone that is independent and self-employed when to do their whatever activities they desire to do. That what makes you self-employed and independent. Entrepreneurs, you decide when to go to market, when not to go to market. Soludo does not decide to people when to get out of their house. Like I said, this is the worst political blunder I've ever seen. I don't know what is pumping him. That little man, I don't know what is pumping him. We don't want to go into his family's issue yet, because even his own son is against him that lives here in the United Kingdom. Soludo must be treated with caution, because this is absurd. It's absurd. So this is one of the videos. Let's watch another one again from different city in Biafra land.
Everywhere is completely locked down. Today, February the 2nd, 2026. This is Generator Market, Port Harcourt Road, Aba Ada State, Biafra land. Everywhere is on standby in compliance with the IPOB Statute Order.
I hope you heard that. Chikedozim and his cronies. I think you had that, because I mean, when you lost touch, when you lost reality, because reality is something. Because all of us we've been in this game for so long, so we know how it goes. I think you guys are watching and listening what people are saying. Very, very important, because you cannot hide under the guise of IPOB to commit crime. Things you guys have done, we'll have record of them. But today, it is very, very important that Biafran people pay attention to what is happening. MAZI have been was kidnapped in Kenya. You guys did nothing. You guys did nothing. You guys did nothing. In your broad light, he was sentenced to life in prison. You guys did absolutely nothing. But you have the temerity to question the people's solidarity of our people that their shop was locked unlawfully. He issued a memo with letter heading. Which letter heading? Which letter heading are you talking about? If I may ask you, Chikedozim. I don't want to. I haven't come here this morning to actually talk about you guys, but let's watch this, because I want to watch all these videos. Then I will do a couple of. What is that video? You have to watch it. Like I said, the first one was on Icha, second one was Aba, and this is Abakaliki. So this is Biafra land. So it's very important.
Secondo February, the lockdown, the beauty Abakaliki, Enugu Expressway, boy. Nobody, no vehicle, everywhere is totally locked. Compliance with the orders. The 2nd February, that's it. The most, you can see it everywhere is empty.
Yeah, it is very, very important. Our people have spoken, and this is in solidarity to what happened in Onitsha. I think I played that one already.
About Market Road by Mox. Market Road by Mox. For 2nd February 2026. Being Monday. Sit at home. Nobody need the quiet.
Yes. It is important that like I said before, this purpose of coming on air this morning is going to be a short broadcast, as I've said before, but it's just to reaffirm and to let the world know that the sit at home was in solidarity of what you know. This is unprovoked, unprovoked. Soludo woke up one morning and decided that he wanted to be a tyrant and to tell the people of Anambarians how to live their lives. Who the heck are you to tell an Igbo man how to live his life? The worst mistake you make, even in your son that you give birth to that live in the United Kingdom, you have not controlled your son, Soludo. The life your son is living, is that the kind of life you want him to live? If I may ask you to go, Soludo. Your son, your first son, the apparent to your throne, if he died tonight, could you tell him what to do? And he have the balls because he suddenly become what? Suddenly become who? We have all your records, you know. Like one thing, you know me, like I said, we don't come here to come and run mouth. I don't talk anyhow. We don't. And this channel is particularly dedicated for Biafra and is international because these people behind it don't know. Now, I'm saying this for you to know. Chukwuma Soludo, first thing you need to do is to deal with your immediate family issue, which is your son. As an Igbo man, your first son even is against you. Remember this. And if you have not controlled your first son, then you want to control men in Igbo land. This is the most atrocious things you could ever done in your life is to open your mouth. Because you know, even in your village as you are today, when you come to kindred meeting, because your governor does not meet people, you still respect those that are your elders in your village. If you want to put it in that perspective. But they have the temerity to threaten people. Are you going to demolish the market? After demolition market, I think you're going to grow wings and flew away after your tunnel is finished, or even before your tunnel is finished. Because I'm telling you, what you're trying to ignite in Anambra State, you will not contend with it when it starts. It won't. It happened to other states in Biafra land. Remember that the Anambrans are the last people you want to mess with. Because people got out of their way. Remember that? You don't tell people what to do. You don't tell a man that is already independent what to do. Even those that government workers can decide they resign. They don't want to come to work, can sack them, but not independent entrepreneur and people that are doing their personal business and they want to do what? Even though military regime doesn't even have this force to force people to come out, let alone ordinary goofy like you, Soludo. I'm so disappointed, and they put underscore professor on your name. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Your son distanced himself from whatever you have done. It tells you that you have a dysfunctional family, and that's what you should deal with first. People like you don't supposed to assume office. You lived here, lived abroad, your son lived there. People kind of like you can never near any position in a civilized world. You play. I remember the first time you give speech about Biafra. That first day I've seen you, I knew that you have an agenda, and my spirit personally never accepted you because I knew till you might to become governor. I knew that there's a devil behind you that people don't know. But now you have demonstrated it, and thank God you show yourself. But like I said, you cannot contend with this flame that you want to just, this flame you want to upload. When it comes up, it's going to consume everybody. Mark my word somewhere. And we're going to come heavy on you people. Like I said, this podcast is a short one because to reaffirm that our people have spoken. Biafra land is under lock and key, as directed by the highest command of IPOB. Any other person anywhere going around collecting money from the zoo, now it's obvious that everything is open. Now we know. Even those that did not know before, a lot of people now today, they're going to confirm it, because if you believe those that are still confused about Onyendu, our leaders stand on what if you feel that you are, before you say, oh, you couldn't go to DSS dungeon. Now people are flown all over the world going to Sokoto. You're not handicapped. You can make way to go and see your leader. Don't try to deceive yourselves, because without Mazen Nano, when we're talking about Biafra, he is the one. He told us that he's going to be leading from the front, and he's on the front. We are the chiefs. What are you doing? What are you doing? The shepherd is there. He still guides us. His word still remains. His word is gold. Once he's spoken, that word must be honored. That's why we're here. So Biafran people have spoken. Very, very important that you understood that. Like I said, we're going to deal with a lot of issues because a lot of shenanigans has gone on unchecked properly. But the weeks to come, we come here to critical analyze things that are going on. I am less concerned about Chikeduzium and Ejiofor, what they have done. We have the record and we have already explicitly explained them on this channel and let the whole world know. I have no personal issue with individual, but as long as it concerns IPOB, it's imperative, it's our duty to explain it to layman perspective for those that want to listen, to pay key attention and take it in and absorb it. It is very, very important. So like I said, the purpose of this short broadcast is to let Biafrans in Biafra land. And now we are telling our people, thank you for honoring yourselves, because he's doing this for yourself. You have the right to choose when to go to market and when not to go to market. Nobody, because if you cow down into this, I mean, what world are we living in? This 21st century, what world are we living in? In this age, that someone woke up one morning and oppose his own wish to public, to people. That's one adage in our people that said, when public cook for one person, that person will not finish. But when one person cook for public, they need to be finished. Now, Solu don't wake up one morning and feel that he has become, I don't know, should I use the word of Idi Amin of Ethiopia, to tell the indigenous of Anambra what to do. And now, he didn't do it the first time he came. He came to power with the seeking of the vote of IPOB. Like I said, Soludo, I'm going to do a special, I will give you an episode. And that episode will go from 1 to 5 to remind you of your own words. And how can any man on this earth take a man like you serious? Do you know when we spoken word, any man that go to balls, like I am today, the last thing I will ever point with is my word. If I give you my word, yeah, that's my word, I don't joke with it. Even if it's going to cost me my life, I don't care. But the word you have spoken in the past to what you're saying today, you have to compare them to know who you are and to the world to see the emptiness in you. And this is why we have an issue in our land. Because the so-called elite being sold out. You guys will always come being under pretense. Wolf in a sheep clothing. But after he merged, if you went the first teller, never talk about it at home, never kick against it, went to see Mazen Nanakane, telling them to hand Mazen over to you to come. All these things was, political. That is why we showed a call for protest last year, October. None of you showed up because you guys have concluded that Mazen Nanakane should be thrown in prison for life. And now you think you have arrived that Mazen Nanakane is in prison now, so you guys could do whatever you want to do. But I have bad news for you. This is just the beginning of the journey. Remember this. Like I said, you will not contain what you are about to see. This film you are about to upload, when it's finally kicked off, wish you never touched where you are. Our people said, do not touch the tail of a lion, whether it be sleeping, if it's awake. Do not do that. Do not do that, Chukwuma Soludo, because you're nobody. So far as I leave, people like you, if I see you, listen, you are nobody. Some of us, we don't have to say anything. Political in Anambra State, you haven't gone anywhere. So don't do what you're doing. Because your opportunity to become a governor does not mean you become a monster. If you want to serve with humility. As much as I don't like, look at P2B himself. All of you have bad history. After more than our people today is running, getting from one party to other. All of you have agenda. It's not for the interest of our people. None of you have our people in heart. Last 4 years ago, I told them this when I talking about P2B. I said P2B is the worst person because consistency is the key. We cannot trust you guys because you guys have an agenda. It is not for the interest of our people. The same thing which P2B did is what you're doing today. After Apuka brought into power, what did he do? He murdered our people in Ozu River. Every single one of you will shed the blood of our people. This is not continuing to go on. We cannot allow this to happen anymore. Every single one of you, after you have your marriage, once you bend over to your masters, after you have bent over to them, after they have slept with all of you, then now you become irrelevant. Because it's obviously, Soludo, they have slept with you like they did with others. Listen, like I said, I don't want to go into words this morning. Like I rightly said, I came here to just let Biafrans know, because it's been a while that we have not come on air. And yesterday, there's a broadcast I did yesterday. I'm sorry for those I watched it. That broadcast, we don't want to delete it because it was just like a test run. My microphone was actually, shut off from the main. I didn't know that was only technical because I was thinking about some serious issue, but it wasn't. I will use this opportunity to let you know that the broadcast that were done yesterday, some of you might try to, listen to it. The reason being is because there was some technical issue, but we'll leave it at that. We don't want to delete that out of the system because some people have shared it. So that's what happened. Technically, sometimes we get things like that happen. But like I said, I don't want to dwell into this too much. This program lasts about 25 to 30 minutes. And the point I'm making here is that, again, Biafran people have spoken. Yeah? And Chukuma Soludo, we are waiting for you because you have threatened. And now we saw that you marked up a lot of shops in the market to destroy them. This is not your primary concern, what individuals done. You have not done the work in Anambra State. You have not built road. That's nothing you have done. You're just chasing shadows. You have not done anything. Show us one significant project you have done in Anambra State now to encroach into a personal enterprise, things that people are doing for themselves. You want to build on the market? Is that your primary project? How does that become your issue? If you're not a devoted candidate himself, you want to oppress our people? Like I said, we cannot trust anybody that have been selected. We can only say today in the whole Biafra land that Alex Soti, because we're not praising him, he's doing what he ought to do as a governor. I'm not praising him. I'm not giving any accolade. It's his job. No. I personally am not giving accolade. He's done what he's supposed to do. Revive Abia State. That has been a dumpster for years. Kudos to him. But show us one project. He went to see our leader because when you come from Abia State government house is when you use father's land that they give to Abia State. It's on record. We know all these things. But we are not thanking anybody for doing their job. I'm not thanking you to do your job. That's your responsibility. We live in a civilized world. Nobody say thank you to you because you're not doing me a favor. That is what you've been elected to do. So kudos to him for doing what he's, and carry on doing. But what we're saying is this. And Biafran people need to man up. I want to say something. Biafran at large. How many times would something stick on your eyes and you allow that to continue? Some of you are still jumping up right now, 2027 P2B. Let me advise all of you. We had one opportunity. Some of you say, oh, we want to disfranchise ourselves. Blah. Listen to me. If Biafrans could have boycotted the last election that brought Tinubu to power today, the whole world could have been more interested in what is happening in Biafra land than as it is today. Just like today, you refuse to come out, show that you are civil disobedience, and you show your displeasure within the enclave of that government. This upcoming election or so-called 2027, do yourself a favor. You don't need it because it is not for your interest. You're not part of that enclave. They want to disfranchise you already. You have been for decades. What benefit have we got? All of us are in exile. It's not our wish to be here. But we are forced to. Because the system was designed for you not to be around. And some people cannot get it. Every 4 years or 5 years, he's still making the same mistake. If unanimously that you guys agree not to, that's why they put MAZI in prison, because they know if Onyendu was around, Onyendu could give order to boycott the election, which governorship election, when we say boycott the election, what do? They have to go their way because they know the importance of boycotting the election. Let's learn from what is happening now. You can see the behavior of this individual, and not, I say, including P2B. P2B does not serve for the interest of any Igbo man. He has shopping mall in Abuja. When I went to catch and carry in Abuja, well, he has one of the biggest supermarkets in Abuja, if I'm not mistaken. His interest is not in Biafra land. Forget about the shenanigans, all these Peters that are in. These are evil men. All of them put together, very few. Like I said, always so today, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. That's how I can't trust them. That's why I'm not praising him. Pure and simple. So, like I said, once again, Biafran people have spoken, and we thank them for standing firm. And as tomorrow now, we see what's happening this week, because we're going to go into the detail. If Soludo continue with this now, then we have to be on air, because Governor Chukuma Soludo, you cannot beat a child and tell him how to cry. You don't tell an independent person and a self-employed person when to open their shop. Is unethical and is unpolitical. Nowhere in the world you will tell someone that is self-employed when to come to work, especially when they're working for themselves. They can determine when they go to work or not. They decide when they open their shop or not. When they don't open their shop, it is not in your terms. Very, very important. So once again, I thank all of you this morning for listening, and or those that are going to watch this. Is important. This is very, very informative for all of us to pay attention, but most importantly, to let you know that those people that went against our leader, this is not the first time they've done this, because they believe that MAZI will die in prison. All their utterances will have them. But the most ironic is that Chike Doziem have not spoken for over how many years now? I don't know. I don't know where he is. He's the head of DOS. But have you had to say anything? Have you had Chike Doziem make comment about Onyendu being jail for life? Had he put any up? Because he's a memo man. All he do is to sit down and copy and paste with that heading. That's what he does. That's all he does. Because they sold out. But like I said, we are watching. But today has proven it, that they're actually quite irrelevant. The protests that happened in Biafra land, go and ask them. Did they know about the protest? He claiming that you're head of Director of State. So how come there was a protest he wasn't aware of it? How comes? Fundamental question. How comes? You have got nothing to do with that, because Biafran people know. They know. People can read. A lot of them now are waking up from their sleep, but like I said, I will say, all I can say to you guys is good morning. But it does not wash with us, because we know. Before even you open your mouth, we know where you're coming from. And I will thank all of you for watching. Once again, our people back home, we thank all of you for doing the right thing, and for sticking around, and for doing the noble for yourselves. Tomorrow is your market day. So feel free to come out. If Chukuma says he's going to lock up the market, we are watching him. Because we had yesterday, they said he's officially opened the market. He's an idiot. Like I said, Chukuma is an imbecile. Go and sort out your kids, your family first, before you come to tell people what to do. I'm telling you categorically on your face. Go and sort out your family. Your first son is what you need to deal with first before you start to tell people what to do. And Governor Number states, use the allocation money they did and do what's supposed to do. Main market has got nothing to do with it. It's an independent market. It's not owned by government. Your hands off it. Or what you are trying to, like I said, the flame you're trying to upload, when it finally set, we wish. Because you think you're going to do this and get away with it. It's not going to happen, though. You need to mark these words. It's not going to happen. You guys have murdered our people. People are online talking about some of them that came out on Monday. What happened to them? He sent condolences. Today, I hope your kids are in main market to go and buy stuff. I hope you, Soludo, your kids are in the main market to go and buy things, because they open that shop. Your ghost from your generation will go there to go buy the market. Since you have no common sense, he talked from your backside. Professor, my foot. May God continue to bless all of us. And like I said, I don't want to be aggravated this morning, because sometimes we tend to, to calm things down a little bit. But when these men are trying to push us to the wall, what do you expect? We will revolt. That's what happened. Every action will have equal reaction, regardless how you might see it. Even the kids you give birth to. There's a time in life you need to know that if your child comes of age, once they hit that 10, 11, 12, your male child, even the girls are even more sensitive, because you need to guide them. If you didn't guide them, you will lose them. If you don't guide them at that point of age, they will run into the wrong hand. The boys as well, because even the life is tough on them, you need to know how to navigate. Let alone sitting in your own comfortable home with your kids and telling people what to do with how they're striving to live and survive. How dare you? Thank you for your comrades. And may Chukwu Kabiyama continue to preserve our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he is the arrowhead of this struggle, the only leader that we know in our lifetime. If there's a Messiah, a set of Chukwu Kabiyama, we can actually attest to in this life, in my lifetime, that is the man. And there's no contest to that. There's no contest to it. Does not matter how you might pretend, because like I said, it's important. I'm going to go into details, but not today. But our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I told somebody, I said, you see, when a man embarks on a journey that he was prepared for, he does not feel the pain. I repeat, when you were called for a purpose, you become ease. Just like when you're dead, the people that actually feel the pain are those that are still your relatives and your friends, because you're gone. They will not see you anymore. They will cry for a couple of weeks, and that's natural instinct. But the dead person does not feel the resting. The way our leader feels today, if you look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for those that know who our leader is, you know that this particular thing that's happening right now, he does not feel any pain. Do you know why? If you are a member of IPOB, remember in 2017 when they came out from DSL with Stingy Bell, that was a day he was addressing our people in our Faruqi Beg. In the palace of the late Israel Okukano, the two parents were by his side, and his wife was there. I will never forget this word. I had goosebumps all over my body. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, and I quote, that I will sacrifice everything sacrificable, including my two parents and my kids, in front of his two parents. His wife was there. This word came to pass. The only thing that remained that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that has not come to pass is this. He said that Biafra will be a miracle. How Biafra will come will become a mystery to mankind. Because The conspiracy of the world power will not let Biafra emerge for a reason. That they oppress the intellectual that we have. Only we hear everywhere go, Igbo man is everywhere. It is not a good thing. We don't want to be everywhere. There's no Japanese everywhere. There's no Chinese everywhere. Chinese everywhere because of their number. They cannot contain themselves. That's not what we want to be. Because we're not being appreciated. I don't want to live in the United Kingdom, to be fair with you. I'm not hiding it. But I have no choice. I have kids here. Right? So, I'll go to live in my village. I have peace. I'll go in my village. I don't have issues. I'm the first son of my father. What's the big deal? Wake up in the morning, what I'll eat will not be my problem. But because we don't have a conducive environment, that's why all of us are on exile. Let it be known. And when we're fighting this, for how many years now, it's going to 11 to 10, 12 years now, I joined this struggle. Why we forgot every other thing we are doing, focus on it, is because we want to fight for mankind. And Onyelu said, the day Biafra is restored, then the black man will be liberated. Across board, not just Biafrans. So let everybody toy with this, think that we came here to play or to, make friends. Nah. This is beyond that, because blood is involved. Remember the oath we took, because some of you forgot it. We are still here, last man standing. We are not moving anywhere. Some of you might think, oh, you don't know me. You don't know who I am. Because if you know me, you understand that I'm a different kind of fish. All of these people, I call all of them out. Before some of you woke up from your sleep, I told you, because I don't just come out to say things without proving evidence on it. I don't have any personal issue with any individual as a person, no. But come to what we are doing. Once you are going left way, become a leftist, then we have to handle you properly. We have to tell you that where you're going is not the right way. And with evidence, I don't disrespect anybody. But like I said, Mechuko Kabam will continue to bless all of us. And our leader is continue to give him wisdom and protect him, because he's the apple of our eyes. There's nothing else we have. If he's not here, who's gonna be there to stand for us? Who? Tell me the person that gonna allow his two parents to die, forsake everything he has. As a king he is, he's languishing. He's been in confinement for over 4 years. 4 years before he been sentenced to life in prison for doing what? For asking for a referendum? The whole world know that it was shambles. But the help is on his way. Because as long as Chukwuka is still on the throne, the word of MAZI Nnamdi, he said it. Anytime he spoke word on that hallowed platform, it must come to pass. The only thing remaining, remember this word, is that Biafra will come, and it will be. There's nothing that MAZI Nnamdi have not said that have not come to pass. Even Tinubu to become a president, he told you 8 years ago that after Buhari, that Tinubu is going to be, Jagaban is going to be the next president of Nigeria. That's nothing he has told us that has not happened. So, what are you still thinking that is impossible to happen? The Biafra will come. And how are you going to come? You don't know. It's going to be a miracle. I'll leave it at that. And from me, from here, it's good morning. Thank you for watching, and those that are going to watch after program. And God bless all of us.